Hi, welcome to BetSafe with myself, Alan McInally, Sky Sports Soccer Saturday Pundit, and of course with me as ever, ex-Arsenal and City striker Paul Dickov for Week 25, our Premier League preview here on betsafe.com for Week 25. We're at the Etihad Stadium, lovely to be back here. Fantastic stadium it is, of course, for Premier League giants Man City. And of course, BetSafe, as you already know, are the official betting partner of Manchester City. We'll be focusing on our trebles for the weekend, as we do normally, on mine and Paul's treble. And of course, we'll be boosted industry prices for you on our trebles, hoping to boost that sportsbook wallet, which should have at the weekend been boosted, apart from Crystal Palace letting us down pretty badly, which I wasn't really that happy with. Yeah, 4-0 at half. Was it 4-0 at half time?
It was game over at half time.
It was game over.
Treble
so
over.
the trebles was well and truly done. And of course, if you're a new customer, where have you been for the last 24 weeks? We're on week 25. If you have a £10 bet, BetSafe will give you £20 absolutely free. And of course, you can have our bets for the weekend, or of course, you are quite entitled to have your own bets. Okay, your treble this weekend: Everton, Stoke and Sunderland. Not surprised you put Stoke in because Stoke play Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I'm not happy with, well, both
None
not
of us
happy
are.
with Crystal Palace.
I can't believe it, because I know mine was, I picked Chelsea to do Arsenal, and I took Tottenham, although they struggled to beat Borough for 41, but I can't, the treble was done and dusted, wasn't it?
The way Sunderland have been playing, don't look as if they could score a goal, never mind pick up a win. To go there and win 4-0.
Incredible result.
Palace are struggling.
So, okay, Stoke against Crystal Palace. Stoke have done all right. It was a draw against Everton, draw against United, beat by West Brom.
Yeah, I just think at home. We've not been beat at home this year, I don't think, already.
We've got a good record, Paul.
And, sitting 11th in the table, and whoever was playing Crystal Palace this weekend, I think I was going to go with.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in disarray. Big Sam, they got the won the week before, I think it was against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Got a clean sheet, and you're thinking they're going to kick on now, but he's been in there 7-8 weeks. And if anything, they're going downhill.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Stoke at 11 to 10, still odds against favourites though. The draw 73, Palace 29 to 10, almost 3 to 1. Stoke to win to 0. If you think Palace are going to struggle and get another goal, 23 to 10. Good that Crouchy got 100 goals, wasn't it, the big man?
Yeah, different class. You're talking about.
See, when you talk to him, are you really like that?
I swear to God, it's so funny whenever I'm next to him. I get neck ache trying to look up to him, but he's been brilliant. You look at what's happened with people like Payet and Costa recently and everything else. He's been in and out the team, gets his head down, works hard, gets a new contract, hits 100 goals. Delighted for the big man. He's a great lad.
He's a fabulous big guy, isn't he? Okay, so Stoke for you is your first one. Stoke 11 to 10. Next one, Sunderland Southampton. Now we are split on this one because you've gone for Sunderland after, obviously, presumably, their fantastic result at Palace.
Yeah,
a bit of a roll.
I just think that's going to kickstart them now, and they get a real. A few weeks ago, it looks as if they were dead and buried.
Yeah.
Now they've got a real chance of getting out of it.
I mean, how many times? I mean, sorry to interrupt, buddy. I'm going to go back to week 18, and there was a few things that we were thinking. I think that's done and dusted, and it is properly troughs and peaks and troughs and peaks.
Absolutely.
Especially at the bottom of the league. And I was saying to you before we came on air, I think if Palace managed to somehow get back-to-back wins, they jump like 7 places or something. It's that concertina.
I think there's 7 or 8 teams that could and are getting sucked into it. I know we're going to talk about Bournemouth in a little bit. I think they're going to be struggling, but Southampton are only a point ahead of them.
No, I know, you're right.
They've lost 6 out of their last 7 games. Since they've got to the EFL Cup, the final. They've just went into free fall. Don't score goals. Charlie Austin out. Van Dijk out. I'm putting. You're going to change your mind in a minute.
I'm sure it was Sunderland. I said. Well, listen, Sunderland 14 to 5. The draw 5 to 2. Southampton are favourites at 21 to 20. If you think Sunderland are going to nick it 1-0, you get BetSafe at 15 to 2. I know Southampton have struggled. I don't see Sunderland doing that again.
No, I can't see.
I think it was a bit of a freak result. Genuinely, I do.
Yeah.
But I do think that Southampton, you're right, the Charlie Austin being out is a problem. Who is it? Gabbiadini's come in now. Yep. I'm hoping that he might have a little. So he's not really an out-and-out striker. He's almost like a number 10, I think.
Floats around. And he's not really been that prolific. Good player, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. But I just think Van Dijk, they've lost Fonte, the captain.
Yeah.
And Van Dijk out for a couple of months is going to really, really cost them.
It's a big game. 21 to 20 for me, Southampton. I think still a big bet for the simple reason I think there's more pressure on Sunderland to win the game than there is on Southampton. Borough against Everton. You've gone for Everton, unsurprisingly, because they are absolutely flying.
6 goals at the weekend. Playing really well. Lukaku's on fire, top scorer now in the league.
Yeah.
And ahead of Costa, ahead of Sanchez. Ross Barkley's absolutely on fire as well. And Borough, it just doesn't seem right there at the minute.
No.
You know, we spoke a
I
couple of
thought
weeks
they
ago.
were going to be better at home, Paul. I really did.
Yeah, I thought if they've any chance of staying up, that their home form is going to be a big part of it. But you know, we spoke a couple of weeks ago about the signings they made, which I thought were quite strange with Gestead and Bamford, who not really that prolific at championship level, never mind going into the...
Karanka did complain about the money that he was given, although I don't think he's gone the right way about having to go at the players. No, sorry.
He said I go at everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I think you and I are the only ones that haven't had it yet, but we'll
will
probably
do
get
once
it
he
after.
sees this. You know, but he said I got the chairman, he said I got the fans, he said I got the players, and you know, they're good fans of Borough fans, but they're on edge at the minute, and I just think the way Everton are playing, scoring goals, looking strong, loads of energy, and they'll be looking for the top six as well. You know, they're only a few points off Man United.
Borough big price, 3-1 for Borough, 5-1 the draw, Everton 21-20, and I must admit I did look at it and I thought about putting in with doubles and trebles, but I thought I'll just leave that one. I'm not surprised you've gone. I've picked out one that I think is quite a good, and you know it's one of my favourite bets. Half-time draw, full time Everton, 19-5.
Wow.
I can't believe that. That's a big price on BetSafe. And if you are a new customer and you fancy your £10 on that particular bet, not only will you get £20 free, but I'm sure you'll be getting £10 at 19-5. Half-time draw, full-time Everton, I think might be a big bet. Okay, that's your treble, which is Everton, Stoke and Sunderland, 18-1.
18-1. Last big one
Take
came
that.
in, the 19th.
Yeah,
it came
it
in
was.
a couple of weeks ago.
I've gone for Southampton, so my point about the Southampton thing, I can't have Sunderland yet. They actually let me down 2 or 3 times in the season so far, and I'm still unconvinced. I still think that result was a complete and utter fluke, and Palace were too bad to be. I couldn't believe the result as it was coming in. Mine Southampton. So I've gone Southampton. I've also gone Arsenal to beat Hull, which, all right, is not particularly. I'm taking a bit of a chance here because I did Arsenal at the weekend, and Chelsea won it really in a hat canter, to be honest.
And the pressure's on
Hull have been
and
better.
Arsene Wenger, and you know the fans aren't happy at the minute as well. You know, the last home game losing to Watford. I think just seen on there now they've lost 4 of their past 9 league games.
That's incredible.
And the same number as they lost in the previous 35.
That is incredible.
So that's telling you that everything's not right on that front. Hull have picked up as well. Since Silva's went in there and playing really well, making it difficult for teams. But you would say with the quality that Arsenal have got, that you would expect them to win.
Do you know something? And I'm being genuine here. See if the game had been at Hull, I'd have been hugely tempted to put Hull in. It's just the fact the game's at Arsenal, they should have a bit more comfortability about the whole thing. Arsenal, incidentally, 3-10 odds on, 49-10 the draw, so just short of 5s, and Hull 19-2, so you're almost getting 10s on Hull, they really are. Arsenal full-time, half-time, 3-4, which is odds on. Arsenal to win 2-0, 23-20. I put it in, but when I've now put it in, I don't know whether I'm actually putting you in the wrong direction there, because I don't think Arsenal can stop anybody scoring goals against them.
And you look at Hull the last couple of weeks, I know it was in the Cup, beat Man United, and then beat Liverpool last week, albeit at home. And I've got to agree with you, if the game was the other way around and it was at Hull, I would have had a little dabble on Hull.
The only thing is Arsenal are skinny at 3-10, which I was hoping to get a little bit more. I'll try my best on BetSafe for you if you fancy to try and get that boosted industry price for you. But I'm going to put Arsenal in for a simple reason. I know they're odds on, but I don't think Hull will go there and beat them.
No.
You've already made me think that Sunderland said
the thing I'm going, they have to win. I think
they do.
All the group that are chasing
That's
Chelsea at the minute,
buddy.
Arsenal, City, Tottenham, Man United, they all have to start winning games.
Correct,
because
absolutely.
not just to catch Chelsea, but top 4.
Yep, I
2
agree.
of the big ones are going to miss out.
Correct. The other one I've gone for, West Ham against West Brom. I've gone for West Ham. Now, West Brom have been no less than sensationally brilliant. They beat Stoke last week 1-0. They're sitting 8th, something like that. 8th or 9th.
Brilliant.
They've already got, I don't know, I think they're probably, 30 odd points. They're not far away from the 40 points that Tony Pulis always talks about. But the fact, again, I've gone for home advantage in West Ham.
Yeah, and they're playing well at the minute.
Yeah.
Andy Carroll's on fire, scoring lots of goals.
He's my jack in the box, hopefully.
And it's funny, since Payet's left, I've started winning games.
Incredible.
Isn't it?
I mean, well, you and I know that we've been in dressing rooms where players all talk together. Players always talk together, and you've got cliques. But when there is the bad egg, it can manifest itself into something that simply wasn't there a fortnight beforehand.
It doesn't. It's rejuvenated the whole team, the manager, the fans, and everybody. It did make me laugh though, when I read about Payet that, when we played, if somebody was a bad egg in the changing room, we get.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Take one of them.
saying violence is the way
No,
forward.
no, it's not the way
It
forward.
gets sorted out in the
Yeah,
changing room, and
absolutely.
it just shows you the way of the world. That to punish him, they took him at the group chat.
They did.
They deleted him off the group chat,
Brilliant.
which I thought was quite how it's changed.
We
but,
should do that to Dom, our boss, shouldn't we, at BetSafe?
but,
So I've gone for West Ham, because exactly what you said. No, the big man's absolutely flying. Home advantage. The only thing is West Brom are pretty strong defensively and don't give away a lot of goals. So
They
I think it
are.
might be quite tight.
but West Brom, they're winning a lot of their home games.
Yeah.
Not as good away. And I think I've got to agree with you on that, big man. I fancy West Ham strongly in this.
Yeah, I'm going for West Ham. West Ham 6-5 odds against, but just certainly favourites. Draw is 23 to 10. West Brom, a huge price if you fancy them to go there. They've done it a couple of times this year. 5-2 West Brom. Half-time draw, full-time West Ham, one of my favourite bets. 43 to 10. That might be one to go there as well. If you're a Baggies fan and you think they'll win 2-1, I've taken a price for you at 19 to 2. So I've gone for Southampton, West Ham and Arsenal 6-1. It's not too bad considering Arsenal are pretty, because obviously the Southampton have to go to Sunderland and West Ham at home to West Brom. Best of the rest, your team, Bournemouth against Man City, Monday night match. Bournemouth, and you said it to me before we came on air, free fall.
Yep, they are at the minute, and you know, I think everybody likes Eddie Howe and how his team's
yeah,
play and everything
yeah.
else, but defensively at the minute, they're just all over the place. And the way Man City, I was here at the Swansea game at the weekend, and I've
I was
seen
going to say to you, tell me
the last few
tell me
games
about that then.
they're playing really well.
Swansea
you know.
did all right though?
Second half.
Yeah.
Second half. They were a bit passive first half. They sat back and it was as if they were content to keep it at 1-0. And Paul Clements obviously had a go at them at half time, and they came out, and it was one of the games, the longer it was 1-0, even though City were in control, you could always see Swansea scoring. But
My man scored as well, didn't he?
the main
The
man.
boy I've been talking about.
Yeah,
Kofi
fantastic.
Sigurdsson.
Yeah, he was excellent as
Good
well
player,
second
isn't
half.
he? Yeah.
He's a player, watching the game, I think he could go and play in one of the top six.
No question.
Quite easily.
That's why I was saying, I think at the deadline day, I think Swansea's best bit of business was keeping Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
they lost the game, I'm making a point, but were City good enough for the win? Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Over the course of the game, they should have won, and then the main man who I've been speaking about, Gabriel.
Well, you were right. You
Jesus,
told
for
me
a long
about him
time.
for ages and ages and ages. Now we're only getting to see him. You know, everything he's done when he's been involved in any part of the game, he's been fantastic.
He's had 3 goals and 2 assists in 2 games already.
Already.
And there's a lot of expectation on his shoulders at the minute, but it's not just like he's a talented boy. You can tell he's Brazilian. He's got the flair.
Yeah.
He works his absolute socks off.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't
And he's not the biggest. He's strong. Centre halves are trying to go through him, and he's just bouncing off them. And it's hard not to get excited.
Seems to have a
about
good
him.
attitude, doesn't he?
It just looks. He's got that infectious enthusiasm that
Brilliant.
rubs off on everybody else. Sané looks the real deal at the minute, and we're not even mentioning Aguero not being in the team.
Incredible. I mean, even the fact we're talking about Man City, we're not talking about Aguero.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
the depth that he's got.
I think he'll
Guardiola.
start, you know, and I know the press guys are making a big thing about Aguero being on the bench, but
I know, yeah.
2 games before that he wasn't fit.
That's true.
The game he came back, I think it was the West Ham game when he was on the bench.
Yeah.
Wasn't fully fit.
No.
And that West Ham game, they scored 4 goals, and the front 3 are Sterling, Jesus and Sané were electric.
exactly.
It was
They were, and De
impossible
Bruyne
to
as
leave
well
him out,
threw
you
his
know.
hat in, didn't he?
It wouldn't surprise me if you've seen Jesus and Aguero both starting this game.
Bournemouth 59 to 10, so you're getting almost 6 Bournemouth, 19 to 5 the draw. City odds on 7 to 15, which is actually not a bad price. And again, City half time, not draw half time. City half time, full time. City 11 to 10. Threw it in, just thought you might like it. If you think City are going to win and they're going to win 3-1, 25 to 3. I'm not saying it'll be easy, but I do fancy City.
Yeah, I do. And the record over the last few seasons at Bournemouth is really
been
good.
pretty
You
good.
know, they've scored 3s and 4s the last couple of years down there, and
Exactly,
I
but-
could see it being the same again.
Big one, Liverpool against Spurs. I threw around in my head about the trebles, etc., by not putting Arsenal in my treble because of odds on, and putting Spurs in because Liverpool are struggling.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't obviously eventually.
It's a huge game for both of them,
Isn't
but
it?
it's massive for Liverpool. You know, talking about Bournemouth being in free fall there as well. In the last 10 games, they've only beat Plymouth.
Is that really?
Yeah. in the
I
last-
know. I tell you what else. I was writing down. What was it? I can't remember what it was. It was in the 14 days Liverpool were knocked out of the EFL, the FA Cup, and are 13 points off the top of the table.
Yeah.
We did a programme just before Christmas, and Liverpool were flying, and we were like,
they're going to catch Chelsea.
yeah,
You know, like
absolutely.
3 points out of the last 15 they've got
That's
in the
incredible.
league, and you look at the players.
What's that
they've got.
down to then? I know Manny goes to the Africa Cup of Nations, but that one player surely
They
not
were
enough.
talking about before Manny was going how they could handle it because Coutinho was coming back in.
Yeah.
They've got them both fit
I know, yeah.
and both playing. Stop scoring goals where they were blowing teams away.
Yeah.
And I do think, and I like Jurgen Klopp, I think he's great,
No,
but
he's
I
good.
think he's getting let off a little bit lightly at the minute. If that had been a Man United or a Manchester City and a Mourinho or a Guardiola that went in that run, the knives would have been out.
I think you're right.
And Spurs playing really well at the minute, hard to beat, and I can see Spurs going there and getting 3 points.
I said to you before, they walked past me in the tunnel at the game, I can't remember what game it was at, and I thought, what a powerful team this is, by the way, and I mean really powerful.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd really, because it's okay watching the games, and you know when you're in the tunnel with the lads and they're ready to go, that testosterone level just jumps up. And they walked past me, and every one of them was like dwarfing me to a certain extent. I thought,
Imagine I would have felt.
this is, yeah, I just thought this is a powerful team,
Yeah.
you know, and they looked up for it. Liverpool 5-4, incidentally. The draw 12-5. Spurs 12-5. So Liverpool 5-4 favourites. If you think there's going to be goals in the game, over 3.5, 11-5. First goal scorers: Kane's 5-1, Firmino 6, Dele Alli 8s, Eriksen 10s, which is a big bet. Mane 6s for Liverpool.
It's a huge game for both of them. Because
Huge game. Okay,
regardless-
actually, I know it's not our thing.
No, I'm just going to say, regardless of the result, one or both teams are going to lose ground in Chelsea and on the top four.
Very true.
So it's huge.
It's going to be tough, isn't it? It's going to be a really, really good game, that game, actually. Okay, we'll rattle through the rest. Stoke against Palace, we've already had.
Yeah.
Man United, Watford. This
Watford,
victory, 3-13, Man United. They're really heavily odds on.
they are, but Watford, you know, we've said it for the last 24
They
weeks.
can't go and beat Arsenal and then go and beat Man United
Yeah.
at Old Trafford,
Well,
surely.
you know, but you know, United at home against Stoke, the way they've set up, they've dropped points at home.
They have,
You know, picking up silly little draws, but you would like to think, I think they're, was it 14, 15 games unbeaten. Too many draws in there, but you'd like to think that United will have way too much for Watford.
Draw 11-2, Watford 25-2.
It's tempting, that.
It's just really just because Man United. I mean, I can't remember the boy that hit the post. The curler hit the inside of the post and went behind the hair. Hernandez, I think it might have been. They were actually unlucky. They maybe never nicked the game. I know the goalkeeper was fantastic, but if Watford can do the same, then you never know. Burnley against Chelsea. Burnley 15-2. The draw 19-5. Chelsea odds on 2-5 were magnificent against Arsenal, by the way.
They were. Arsenal were shocking, though. You've got to say
They weren't good.
But Chelsea, they just keep going. You know, the games come up.
Let's talk about Burnley's home form. I know you're going to throw it in.
I think Burnley could at least get a draw in this game. The way they set up.
19-5 the draw.
I do. Their home form's just unbelievable.
Terrific, isn't it?
And you think still not. You look with the Army League sitting mid-table, quite comfortable. It shows you how good their home form is when they've still not won a game away from home, and the amount of points that they're picking up.
Be some result if Burnley can beat Chelsea at home with this form they're on. It'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, it would do, but I wouldn't put it past them.
I'm going to write this
I
in
would not
because
put it past them.
it's always been that, isn't it?
Yeah, 1-0.
1-0.
They end up having like 6% possession the whole game. 20 odd shots against them and they win 1-0. But like, the way Chelsea are playing, and
exactly.
you're so right. They were brilliant, as poor as Arsenal were. They were brilliant against Arsenal. And, but it's going to be a tough game for them.
Absolutely.
On paper, it looks an easy one, but it won't be.
Won't be. 2-5 Chelsea if you fancy them. Last one, Swansea against Leicester. Leicester managed to, after extra time, of course, gets past Derby in the FA Cup. They play Millwall in the next round. So a little bit of breathing space to a certain extent for Ranieri. But Swansea's form has certainly been better. You watched them, as you already said.
I was really impressed with them, especially second half. Now they played with a lot of freedom. Going forward, they looked as if they've got goals in them. Llorente was excellent, holding the ball up. And you know, as we said last week, we've done this. I worry for Leicester Mill Club.
I'll put that in as well. You can tell everybody.
12-5 to be relegated. Only a point.
12-5 Leicester to be relegated.
Only a point above now. You know, and this is a huge, huge game for them. And you know, if I was talking about the Derby game, the FA Cup replay, if I was a few of the players, you know, Ranieri made 10 changes, I'll be chapping on his door.
Saying, I think
Jamari Gray was outstanding.
Yeah,
he's been in, he's been out, he's been in. Now, the Mahrezes, the Vardys, the Drinkwaters, they have been nowhere near what they were.
No, they haven't, Paul. You're right.
Musa played well. Deserves are on the team, spent a lot of money with him. Now, if I was 2 or 3 of the players that played midweek, I would be straight into the manager and saying, we're not winning games, we're struggling, we've just won a game, I've played. You know what it's like.
No, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
They will never be in a more powerful position to go to their manager and say, why am I not playing?
Swansea 29-20, the draw 23-10, Leicester 2-1. So there's not an awful lot in it. This is a huge game for Swansea. Never mind Leicester as well, for the simple reason of the position that both are in.
I hate to say it, I can see Leicester getting another defeat in this.
Ooh, 29-20
right
Swansea, if Paul's right. Okay, let's go back to our trebles then. That's us right through them all. Mine, Southampton, West Ham and Arsenal 6-1. Paul's Everton, Stoke and Sunderland 18-1. Sunderland against Southampton. We'll be both looking at that pretty closely. And remember, if you're a new customer and you fancy something that Paul and I have said, you can have a £10 bet and get £20 from BetSafe absolutely free. This is week 25's Premier League preview. We're at the Etihad. BetSafe, the official betting partner of Manchester City. Good luck with all your bets at the weekend, and we'll see you soon for the Champions League. It's back.